1. All right, episode 6.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. We've been doing this for a little while now, Richie. How you feeling?
Apparently 6 times.
See? Right. 6 times.
Whew.
Oh, did you see my shirt today?
That was a hard one to keep track of.
You see my shirt today? What do you think? You know why I have this shirt?
I have no idea why you're wearing the American flag again.
I'm wearing the American flag again. And the reason why is there was a very...
I'm gonna start wearing Italian flag T-shirts.
Listen, there was a semi-famous, I guess he could be famous, person that showed up to court today in Ohio wearing American flags.
Afro Man!
You remember Afro Man, 90s rapper and stuff like that? It was kind of like completely out of it for a long time. And then all of a sudden, like 3.5 years ago...
Something happen? His house got raided or something?
3.5 years ago, the police, the sheriff's department, got a search warrant, and they were searching... They had a kidnapping charge on him, and then they had a drug trafficking charge. That's what they said, that they were searching for. And they kicked down his door, and they raided his house, and they took money out of his house and all that stuff, all for, like, evidence. And eventually they ended up dropping all the charges. So he got no charges on it.
What was his claim to fame song? Was it Because I Got High?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's probably why he got raided.
Right.
Because he got high. Because he got high.
Anyway, hey, be careful, because what he did was he took his home house video, his surveillance video, and he turned those into songs about the sheriff's department, you know, and made fun of them and stuff like that. He made a couple of them. One of them was pretty bad. But the sheriff's department, the deputies, turned around and sued him.
Oh, really?
So that's what went on today, is that they had sued him because he made fun of them for breaking into his house. Oh, not breaking in, but, you know.
On footage of his own footage in his house that he has the rights to.
Right, right. But, I mean, they're public officials, too. You know.
So who won the case?
Well, Afro Man did.
What did they rule? What was the ruling? That he has the right to do that with his own footage?
He's got freedom, and he's got freedom of speech.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, you talk about that, and when you talk about a regular person, it's different than when you talk about a public official. Public officials have a different level to them because they're public officials.
Well, I think that people just need to realize that no matter where you go, 24/7, 365, you are on camera somewhere.
Right.
Somebody is
especially in Afro Man's house, because he had multiple angles.
Right. Somebody is recording you somewhere somehow. Mm-hmm. Like, you just need to realize that. And if they're not, the phone in your pocket is.
Yep. So, you know, I don't agree with some of the stuff that he said on some of his rap songs and stuff.
I just know that one, so I couldn't speak about the other ones.
I mean, but I do agree that people have the First Amendment right to say what they want to say. So
for now,
that's what I got with that. And you know, it was
so that's why you're wearing that shirt.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt today.
I won't give you any crap about it then. But in 6 shows, that's 2 American flags. You need to chill out the ratio for a little bit.
We have America 250 this year.
You just need to chill out the ratio for a little bit.
Richie, this is the 250th.
Be a little bit more creative.
250th anniversary.
I'm not knocking that. I'm saying
the United States.
I'm not knocking that. I'm
Maybe
just saying,
you should be more patriotic.
I'm not saying anything about your patriotism. I'm saying be more creative with your shirt choices. All right?
This is a
Think
dress
outside
shirt.
the
It's
box.
nice.
Jeez Louise. Think outside the box.
Oh.
I just can't make fun of that one because it's not dingy like the last one.
I have an American flag that hangs outside of my house 24/7.
So we had an actual in the front little garden of my house in Brooklyn. We had a flagpole, and that I would as a kid, my dad used to make me go out and put the flag out and bring the flag in and things like that and whatnot. We had a flagpole right in our little square in front of our house.
Yeah, because America is the best country in the world.
My dad was in the
people can come here. And it's a melting pot of all these amazing backgrounds and different people. And we have the rights to worship who we want to worship. We have the rights to say what we kind of want to say within restrictions, of course.
My family came from Italy.
Right. And, you know, we have rights to search and seizures. We have a lot of rights here as American citizens.
That's right.
So.
We don't have the right.
I love my country.
We don't have the right to search and seize, but
matters if it's my stuff.
It depends, unless you got a badge in that pocket too, there, sir.
I got a story for that, and this is completely off topic.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear this.
So, there's this internet company that's putting little boxes in the ground in front of my house right now, up on North Circleville.
Are we going to call the internet company out by name, or?
Huh?
Are we going to call the internet company out by name?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so they dug a hole in my yard like a couple days ago or whatever, and they put this tarp down, and they had this big pile of dirt, which is, on my property, and they put this big box in there, and then, of course, that's a utility, and it's fine, and stuff like that. So today they finished up, right? And they put the box in the ground, and now I have a tarp with this big pile of dirt. So me thinking, oh, that's some good topsoil, I just go get a wheelbarrow, I just go out there and start throwing the dirt. So they had just left, and for some reason they come back around, and the guy stops that's been doing the work, and he says, hey, you can have that. So I
can have my dirt, thanks.
Right. So I walk up to the truck, and I put my arm on the truck, right? And I said, you mean the dirt that you dug from my yard? I can have that? I was like, I appreciate that, but I'm just taking my dirt. And he just kind of looked at me befuddled because he just wasn't thinking that it was his work and stuff like that, but that was my dirt.
Well, maybe they're going to come back and take that dirt. So
they probably would have tomorrow, but I didn't want that. I want to keep my dirt.
Hey, yeah, it's your dirt, man. You can
I mean,
it's your dirt. You can play in it if you want to.
And it's not like that. I just had a project that needed dirt,
it's okay.
So I'm like, this is
okay.
great.
Hey, listen, take your dirt and go home.
I want my dirt.
Take your dirt.
How deep does my dirt go before it's my dirt or somebody else's dirt?
I don't know. It depends on the right of way.
Anyway, speaking of dirt.
Oh, we got something to dish? What are we dishing?
Meteorite.
Spill the tea.
There was a huge meteorite that hit Ohio.
I've seen the videos online. Yeah. Does this mean we're going to have a new superhero?
How big it was?
Wait. Does this mean we're going to have a new superhero?
It could be. It could have been Superman. 7-ton meteor is what NASA says. 7-ton
What was the size of it when it hit? Did it burn up or did it land?
It was 6 feet wide when it entered Earth's orbit.
What about when it hit? Did it hit or did it burn up before it hit the concrete?
It burned up and then broke apart, and then it spread across a couple of counties in Ohio.
Oh, has anybody claimed any pieces of meteor?
So there's a huge gold rush right now for that.
Really?
Do you know what NASA calls that?
What do they call it?
They call it the Chicken Little incident.
The Chicken Little incident?
You remember Chicken Little?
Okay,
the sky is falling. Yeah,
okay,
that's what NASA calls it.
Really?
Yeah, Chicken Little. But anyway, there's this big pilgrimage. I can't even say it.
Pilgrimage?
Yeah, of people coming in trying to get
Me
these
correcting people how to speak. It's funny.
Trying to get these meteors because these meteors are valuable.
Oh, I'm sure.
So now you have people that are probably trespassing in people's property looking for these meteors and stuff like that. Just a piece of it. Would you grab a piece? Because you would think it'd be radioactive, right?
No.
Why would it not be?
Why would it be?
Because it's in space.
But why? Just because it's in space, why would it be radioactive?
I think there's.
I think
there's isotopes.
Granted, it has to go through a radiation belt field in space, but that doesn't mean it's going to be rare. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Maybe you out there, maybe you have some more knowledge of space rocks,
right? And
maybe you could chime in and make a comment down below and tell us if it would be radioactive or not. Should somebody be walking around with a Geiger counter?
Right. I mean, if you find a piece of rock, a large piece of meteorite, it could be worth thousands.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you live in the city. You've always lived in a city, right?
No, I lived in Dublin at one point.
That's a city, right?
Well, I guess it is, but I lived,
That's a city?
Sure, whatever. It was more. No, I lived in the country-ish. I lived out in the country-ish.
Was it a township?
Ish.
Or was it city?
I believe it was a township.
It was township. You know that there's a report that just came out this week.
Okay.
About townships and how much money townships are making and how many people they employ.
How much money are townships making?
It said $413 billion in economic activity.
And this is across the state?
This is across Ohio.
Across Ohio. Okay.
Yep. 1,308 townships.
So 1,308 townships, and they're making $1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the revenue coming from?
It's taxes. But the thing is taxes in a township versus taxes in a city. You pay less taxes in a township. So a lot of people are moving to townships, and a lot of businesses like Andrel is in a township. But what they do is they build in a township, but then they they make a deal with the city for resources like water and sewer and stuff like that. So you have to be in the right areas and stuff. But yeah,
Interesting.
townships are, but the problem with townships is you have to make sure that, you have good police and fire situation, because cities, you have police and fire. So City of Circleville has their own police department. They have their own fire department. When you go out to Williamsport and stuff like that, now you have volunteer and you have sheriff.
Right.
So that's a little different. And I'm not gonna say negative things about either or whatever situation, because people live the way they want to live.
But I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you'll be able to correct me with your background being a reporter. I feel, at least here, I feel the sheriff's department does a good job of policing their county.
Yeah. But again, when you have less officers out there, because that's one of the things that's going on across the nation, not just Ohio, not just Pickaway County. There's a limit on how many police officers, deputies, OSP, all three of those are limited on they don't have enough people. So a lot of times there's 3 or 4 deputies on at a time at night or whatever, or whenever a crime happens.
I think crimes happen all the time.
All the time. But
I mean, Mr. Reporter.
that's why I said it.
What are the statistics between the hours of this and this? Break it down for me, please.
Right. But Pickaway County is a big county.
It is. It is a very big county.
So if you only have 3 sheriff deputies, and you have a problem on one side of the county and you have them on the other side of the county, they have to go lights and siren to get to one side or the other. So, I mean...
But I have noticed, some flock cameras on some roads.
There's a lot of flock cameras. Flock cameras are pretty much everywhere now.
Yeah, I noticed.
A lot of people have been talking about that, but we've had flock cameras
in front of Rumpke over there on Island Road.
Yeah.
There's a flock camera.
They've had flock cameras in Pickaway County on 23 for probably 5 years.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
And if you guys don't know what a flock camera is, it's a license plate reader.
It's an invasion of your privacy.
It's not. It's public. But
still an invasion of your privacy.
And I get that. I 100% get that because of information. But flock cameras basically read plates and stuff. And where they work well is if there's a shooting or if there's a murder suspect or if there's a kidnapping. The flock cameras record licenses all day long. That's all they do. They just record every one of them. So they can basically
some of them even now being able to do facial recognition of the drivers or people in the vehicle as well.
Right. I don't know about that. But eventually, I mean, it's a camera.
Right.
So,
but just as much as all the good they do, they also then can also can track your movement patterns and figure out what you are doing on a daily basis and what time you're really on the road and what all these other things and pretty much a database of how you move as well.
Right. I mean, they say they don't use that information, that the information is used to track those situations. And I've heard them on Scanner recently with crimes where they've used flock cameras to find people. But they can literally track you and see exactly where you went and when you left.
Right.
Really interesting stuff.
Interesting.
You'll be talking about that forever. So, counterfeiter and pilot.
Ooh.
So yesterday there was a counterfeiter.
Pilot where?
And pilot in Chillicothe.
Pilot in Chillicothe.
So he went
How
down
many
there.
counterfeit bills?
It was $100 bill.
$100 bill.
It's a $100 bill. He bought a pair of glasses for like $16, and he handed the lady a $100 bill. And of course, you being somebody that deals with the public and deals with cash, if somebody handed you a $100 bill for a $16 sandwich, you'd probably check it, right?
Well, you could feel it. Mm-hmm. You could feel it, and I mean.
And do you have? You use
you know what? I don't use a pen.
Yeah, but
and I got no problem saying that.
But this lady did use the pen.
So that and it beat the pen?
And it beat the pen.
Wow, that's impressive.
So
that's very impressive.
Usually what that means is that it's usually an actual dollar or some sort of material that they've used to because
and change the numbers on it and
correct
do whatever. And dip
so
it
that's kind of a little bit more of a big deal because
so
usually they get the
one
motion picture only stuff that you can buy on like Temu.
One good way of looking, and maybe some of you people out there don't know, but on the what do you call those guys on the Bills? Because they're not all presidents, but
I thought they were all presidents. Oh no, they're not because
Franklin wasn't a president.
yeah, I have one that has Trump on it, right?
Oh my God. All right, and thank you for joining us for the show and our last final show. No,
so one of the places you have to really watch Bills is
wait,
yard sales.
Well, hold on. So on the jacket, their jacket, if you take your nail, is rough. So that is one security feature that most people don't look for or check. Is that one? It's on every bill, from the $1 bill to the $100 bill. The jacket, the coat, if you rub it with your nail. And everybody out there right now, grab a bill out of your pocket and rub it with your nail, rub their coat, and you'll feel the ridges on it. You don't have a bill?
I might.
No. Anyway.
I think there's a lot of cars.
Yard sale.
Yard sales.
Yard sales.
Because, you just got regular people. They're not trained to look for counterfeit items and stuff like that. People go with a $20 bill. They hand it to them to buy stuff. They don't really check, But a lot of them, guys, they're buying that stuff off of Amazon or Temu or whatever, and it literally says on it for motion picture use only. It looks just like the dollars. It just says it on it. That's been one of the biggest ones when it comes the stories that I do, because I do a lot of the stories for the counterfeits because I want people to know that those bills are being handed around.
They're using picture money?
Yeah, it says motion picture only, and it's right there on the front. So if you're doing a yard sale, pay attention to that.
Most of the times in motion pictures, they just use real money, and then they keep it counted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do the shot with it.
So
sometimes, but whatever.
It's almost spring.
Spring.
It's right around the corner.
What are you talking about? We just had a windy, snowy day the other day.
Right. You bring up a funny
Lie to me
thing.
about spring's coming. This spring ain't coming.
6 weeks ago.
Oh boy.
We watched a guinea pig. Okay.
A guinea pig.
A guinea pig.
Wasn't it a groundhog?
Yeah, a guinea pig. Whatever. Same thing.
Sorry, he didn't learn his animals. In
we
school.
We watched the guinea pig. We watched I don't know. We watched a bass. We watched a skunk, and all trying to.
Wait, you said a bass, a fish,
a fish
predicted.
Yes.
Okay.
At Buckeye Lake, they have Benny the bass, and if he eats the minnow when they put it in the tank, then it's supposed to be 6 more weeks of winter. Okay, they have that. Yeah, they have a skunk. We have, Groundhog Day here in Ohio. We have the Buckeye groundhog, opposed to the one that's in Pennsylvania.
Punxsutawney?
Yeah, Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawneyville.
We have probably $1 billion radio satellites up in space.
They're not in space. They're in low Earth orbit.
Whatever. That's space. Anyway, that predicts the weather, and we are going after rodents and and fish.
Sorry, Punxsutawneyville. You just got called a rodent.
And I hate to tell you, but nobody
air.
predicted what we been going through. It was 22 degrees yesterday.
It was
supposed to be
windy as whoa.
Right.
Get out.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm gonna go off topic again.
We're going off topic.
So my gate in my house
blew open.
Well, slightly.
I mean, it's the wind. What do you expect?
Ajar. It went ajar. Okay. So
look, he's trying to be wordy now.
And my little dog Nike got out.
Oh no!
He got out.
No, not Nike.
So he got out for about an hour. Okay. And he ran around our neighborhood, and we have a neighborhood Facebook page.
Okay.
Okay. So I noticed about an hour later that he was gone. He was in the backyard, and I looked, and sure enough, I saw that the door was ajar. And so I went out and looked for him. Well, I happened to find him on my street, like 2 houses down. And I was like, okay. And he ran back to the backyard, So I get on Facebook, and I get onto my local group, and there's these people that are posting pictures of Nike all over the neighborhood. He went on a little adventure. He went for a little walk
Well,
by
I'm glad
himself.
nothing happened to Nike.
Yeah, everybody's like, hey, whose dog is this? It was really neat.
But wait, Nike's so friendly. Nobody caught him?
No, he won't let anybody touch him.
Really?
And sometimes he won't even let me.
But he let me touch him.
Well, sometimes he's friendly in the house, but when he's outside the house, he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But he was living his best life. The funny thing is he came right back around because I caught him 2 houses down. So pretty funny.
No, Nike.
Poor Nike.
Oh, ask Jeremy why he's called Nike. Jeremy, why is Nike called Nike?
Because he's got a little Nike swoosh. He's got a swoosh on him, and the kid's named him Nike. He's about 12 years old now. So.
Well, don't let the sneaker company hear that. They might want to trademark on your dog.
Or they could pay me for licensing. You can use him. I'll sell you him.
Wow, look at that. Willing to give away man's best friend for money.
Oh, no.
Wow. Wow.
He does a lot of tricks.
Wow.
Anyway.
Poor Nike.
Almost spring.
Oh, we're back to this? Okay.
We're back to this. Tomorrow, free ice cream.
Free ice cream? Where?
Dairy Queen.
All right.
Dairy Queen,
what are they giving you, a dip?
Every year, Dairy Queen gives away a free cone.
Is it a dip cone?
I think you can pay for. I think it's maybe an upcharge.
Then why'd you put a picture of a dip cone on the side of the post?
That's the one I had.
Oh, false advertisement.
That is kind of false advertising.
Dairy Queen, now you got to give away a dip cone instead.
Right. Just charge it to Richie, New York Corner Deli.
I'm not the one that put the post up.
Yeah, you're the one that just put it out there, though. Anyway, I think they have a small ice cream they give away every person.
Really?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Usually they give it on the first day of spring, which is March 20th. This year they're giving it on the 19th. I don't know why.
Well, okay.
But they are. A little bit of information right on the side of the post. It'll tell you exactly how you can get that.
Nice.
But I do know, because I already seen the signs right here in Circleville that they're doing it, and so is in South Bloomfield.
So head over to Dairy Queen in
tomorrow.
South Bloomfield or Circleville and get yourself free ice cream
March
cone.
19th.
Take your kids.
Yep.
They'll love you for it.
Avery's Law just got passed.
Avery's Law. Refresh my memory. Does that have to do with dogs?
It had to do with dogs.
Okay.
And it's funny. We talk about it because it's named after somebody else that was attacked by a dog and killed.
Okay.
Okay. But we think about it as the incident that happened in Asheville where the elderly lady was attacked by the 2 pit bulls and was killed. And what it does is it makes harsher penalties for people who have dangerous dogs. So, there's been a restriction where you can't necessarily take a dog. Matter of fact, my kid up in Columbus was attacked by a neighbor's dog twice.
Really?
He was attacked once, and he was bitten on his arm, or he took stitches. And he called the police on him, and his neighbors were not very nice about it. And they didn't take the dog. And, they went over and talked to him and stuff like that. But it was on him to basically pay for the medical expenses and all that stuff. And all he was in his front yard. He was in his own yard. And he was outside playing with his own dogs. Okay? So, I had talked to him. And I said, well, use the backyard. Because he's got a fenced-in backyard. But they have a 6-foot fence. And I'm like, that should be fine. So he was playing in his backyard with his dogs. And the same dog broke through his fence and bit him right square in the face.
Oof.
So, and then again, he had to call the police. But that time, thankfully, they took the dog because he was now deemed as a dangerous dog.
A second time.
And he was supposed to be caged, and he wasn't caged and stuff like that. So, but the laws have changed. You're going to have to have mandatory liability insurance, which is like $100,000. You have to have that if your dog is deemed as dangerous.
So what does that cost a homeowner?
I'm sure a lot because if you're deemed a dangerous dog, that means your dog has bit somebody.
Okay.
So I'm sure that insurance is pretty high because
if any of you out there know the answer to that question, please comment down below.
Right. Wardens are now being able to seize the dog immediately. Now, the situation that happened in Asheville, this wasn't the first time that the dogs had attacked. They actually killed a dog a year previous to that, and there has been lots of incidents and stuff like that. And the judge had ruled that the dogs could be seized, but they didn't have the power to go to the house and knock on the door and just take the dogs. Well, this changes a little bit of that.
Okay.
So, and that, I mean, these laws could have definitely saved her life. So, and again, owners will have more charges against them. Now it's just a misdemeanor, but now with this law change, they go up into felonies and stuff because people take injuries. My kid's got 2 scars on him now because of a dangerous dog, and he didn't do anything wrong.
Now, this doesn't pertain to private property and you having
so if you had somebody that come onto your property and they were aggressive or they were not, you didn't invite them on or something like that and your dog bit them, that's a whole different situation.
Okay.
Or somebody come into the house or and there's a stipulation in this law where if you're hitting your own dog and the dog bites you, that's a different law too.
Okay.
That doesn't go underneath this umbrella. So
Interesting.
which is fine with me.
Right. Don't beat your dog.
Right.
What else we got going on?
I don't really have anything else.
That's an interesting week.
Yeah. How was your week?
My week was okay. I was okay. Now you have me intrigued to know if we're going to have any new superheroes come out of Ohio.
I mean, we had some data center talk, but we always have data center talk.
Yeah.
But things are coming to an end.
Okay.
Especially in Asheville, things are coming to an end.
Well, let's not. You know what? Let's see what happens in the next week, and then and talk about data centers on the next go around when it comes up.
Okay.
So
we'll give a week off of data centers.
Yeah. We just can't keep on talking about data centers.
It's a big news thing.
I hear
there's
ya.
data centers.
But here we are, gonna start talking about it, and I said we're not gonna talk about it.
You don't rule me. The president announced a big nuclear plant there in southern Ohio. We talked about that already once.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a big meeting down there on Friday. So, I mean, that looks like that's being pushed through. And the reason for nuclear is more power for data centers.
He had to do that. You see
I
that?
had to do that.
He had to.
And that's important. That's
he
in
couldn't
the Portsmouth
stifle it.
area.
He just couldn't stifle it.
I can't. Data centers are something. They're incredible.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
It's been a great week.
Yeah, it's been a great week.
We'll see you next week.
Right.
I'm Richie Verito.
Jeremy Newman.
We'll see you next week on Week in Review.